Hey, it's Nora from Threadistry, and it's time for another quick sewing tip. This week I've got some tips for you on how to keep track of which needle is in your sewing machine. If you're like me and you're always sewing with different weights of fabric, different types, it can be difficult to remember what you've last put in your sewing machine. Is it that 70-10 ballpoint jersey needle for sewing a delicate fabric? Or is it that size 90 denim needle from top stitching those pants? I sew so many different projects that it all starts to blur together and I have no idea which needle is in there. So here are 3 ways to keep track of those needles. First, you can write it on a sticky note and stick that to your machine. Simple, but it does take a bit of effort, and if you're leaving it on for a while, that sticky note may not stick so well and blow away. So 2, you can leave a scrap of fabric under the needle of your machine. When you head back to your machine for your next project, you'll remember straight away what your last project was and hopefully what needle you used. Or option 3, this is the method that I use the most. I store the case that the needle came in the storage compartment of my sewing machine. It's not just for Skittles. Just make sure you store your other packets somewhere else, otherwise you're just going to confuse yourself. Or another option is to blue tack the packet onto your sewing machine somewhere, wherever works best for you. So this works really well when the packet only contains one size of needle. But what if you have one of those packets with an assorted pack with different sizes in the one case? Well, I just like to slide in a ball head pin into the slot of the needle that I'm using and then store it in the same way. So they're my 3 tips for how to keep track of your what sewing needle is in your machine. How do you keep track? Or do you just have a better memory than me and you don't need these tricks? Let me know in the comments. So that's this week's quick sewing tip. Subscribe to the Threadistry channel for more sewing tips and tutorials. Happy sewing!